Hello, my beautiful Capricorns. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I know it's been a while since I last seen you guys. I completely moved and positioned myself to my new timeline. So I thank you guys for your patience, your support, your well wishes, your prayers, and all that good stuff. I genuinely believe your good energy helped support my transition and getting me all cozy in my new place. So thank you. All right, guys. For those that are new, welcome. It's an absolute privilege and honor to read for you, connect with you, and ascend with you. I ask that you like, share, subscribe. It's much appreciated. And for those that are returning, I hope you guys are faring well. I know I haven't spoke to you guys, connected with you guys in like 2 months, not even any lives. Don't worry, I'm going to go live this month. There's so much we need to discuss, Cappy. Collective as a whole. Anyways, I hope you guys are faring well and are really seeing the blessing out of this situation. Because it is a blessing. And I honestly believe that the way people look at it is a reflection, not so much of what's happening externally, but it's a reflection of them. And it's not to say that we're ignorant and there isn't a bunch of shit going on. It's how do you allow things to affect you? Some of you guys are needing to be sensitive with regards to how things are affecting you. Some of you are realizing that you have to be mindful because there are certain dramas that are going on around you and you're having to maintain. You might feel like there are certain there's drama that's occurring in your personal life that is negatively impacting your work or your ability to be productive, right? So I think that there is a little bit of feeling like you are being distracted. I was also getting the energy of the timing is off. Thora, go lay down, please. The timing is off with regards to something, or at least you feel like it. Some of you guys brought in certain manifestations and are realizing that the timing is off, but it isn't really the timing. It's your alignment to your manifestation that is off. So for some of you, what you brought in was destined and fated to come in, and it was just a matter of not you manifesting it so much as allowing your manifestation skills to align you. Because I believe the magician in us doesn't just bring in manifestations, it aligns us to destined and fated events. So your magician energy is going to manifest different tools that will help along the journey, along the way, right? But I also believe that your magician energy positions you for the destined and fated events so that you are ready to receive what is coming towards you, regardless if you're ready to bring it in or you're conscious or you're aware or not, right? So I just feel like some of you guys are feeling like the timing is off, which really is translating to the positioning surrounding something is off. Almost like you would be happy if it was like this, or this would be perfect if it was like this, or I would much rather have wanted it to be like this. It's like, it's something where you're just looking at it and you're seeing what misalignment looks like. Remember, we talked about it for over a year, guys, about positioning, being in a position to receive what it is you've been manifesting and wanted this whole time, but that doesn't necessarily mean, because sometimes like what you're manifesting and what you want, a lot of what you want is destined and fated. It's just that your higher self is aware of what your true wants and desires are, right? I just feel like, I don't know, guys, we're going to get into prayer and get into the spread. I don't know. These were the energies that I was kind of getting going into Cappy's reading. We'll see what the cards actually unpack here with regards to this. I don't know. It feels like I have a leaky nose, but it's not. It's allergies. Like, that's why I'm not smudging right now, because I have to. So in this room, it's not really a window. It's like a whole door, and I don't want to open it right now because somebody's weed whacking and it's really loud and you're not supposed to smudge with the windows closed, or at least if you do, it's only temporarily until you get the smoke to billow enough in the home to get in all the corners, and then you open the window. But because I'm not purging my house like that and I'm just smudging for more my reading purposes, I can't just have the windows closed like that. So that's why you don't see any frankincense burning. There was frankincense burning for the last reading, but not for this one. Sorry, guys. Either way, there's still frankincense in the air. Oddly enough, I did a bunch of research about how the frankincense is an antiseptic and like how 5,000 years ago, like the reason why the kings brought frankincense to baby Jesus was for things like plague, sickness, killing bacteria and diseases that the eye couldn't see. It's an antiseptic, essentially, right? So I just felt super prepared. I'm like, listen, I actually started feeling like I should burn it less in case this like became something that the medical field couldn't handle. I would have a couple pounds of frankincense, which essentially I would steep and grind up and steep and give to people to drink like we were doing like 10,000 years ago. Anyways, guys, I know there's just so much I want to tell you guys and get caught up on. But anyways, let's just get into prayer and get into your spread. Oh, just a couple of things. You guys can timestamp. For those that typically timestamp, please continue to do so. It's much appreciated. For those that want to book personal readings with me, just see in the description the decks I use, my email address for personal readings. So I do them all live, none of them pre-recorded. So if you're emailing me for half hour or an hour reading, they're all done either via Skype or WhatsApp. So I will reply to you with the link for my calendar where you'll go ahead, book yourself in. The link for the PayPal is there as well. I just ask you guys to please pay before you book in the calendar, because if you book without paying, I'm going to delete you and then the availability goes really quick, right? And you'll lose your space. It's first come, first serve, right? So, yeah. Oh, and for additional content, I do daily general readings and weekly love readings over on Patreon. If you want to become a member, you can check that out there. I do want to shout out the Patreon family who went through my moving process with me, because I was delivering content over on Patreon while going through all this shit. So it was crazy, you know, late night downloads, 2 a.m. downloads, car downloads, you know, on road downloads. I just thank you guys for accommodating the schedule and just being such a support system, you know, and even those that aren't on the Patreon, I felt you guys sending your love. I know you guys tapped into me and knew I was alive and well. I felt that energy. You guys weren't worried about me. You guys were just kind of curious and sending me well wishes and letting me know you miss me, and I miss you guys too. All right. So I'm back, and let's get into prayer and get into your May spread. All right, Cappies. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective of Capricorn, the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding their material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, for everything you do for me and the collective on a regular, all the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High forever and ever. Amen. I almost felt like I was saying the prayer, but I wasn't here. Like my brain was somewhere else as I was saying the prayer. I don't like to say the prayer and not feel conscious. It was just I was downloading information. I think there's a lot of I'm hearing information circulating. I feel like Capricorn, some of you feel like you have a lot of information about you circulating. So I feel like some of you feel like you need to pull back, go into hermit mode. Some of you guys are pulling off of your social scenes, pulling away from being accessible to people. I feel like some of you are uncomfortable with the amount of information about you that is circulating. For some of you, you're uncomfortable about what you heard about somebody else that's close to you. Like some of you know personal information about somebody and you're hearing it from somebody else going, how do you know that? And some of you are shocked about what the table talk is. Some of you, I see you guys rushing to somebody, letting them know that other people know something, or some of you guys shared something with somebody about somebody else that was private, thinking that they would keep the secret and not say anything. And I see you guys sitting at a table and you're literally watching somebody discuss exactly that. And you are feeling, I can feel the burning. You are feeling mortified because you are awakened enough to know that you can't even blame this person. You knew you were not supposed to say anything. And now you guys are going to have to deal with the consequences of even telling this person. This is not going to fall, as far as I'm concerned, like with what I'm feeling, like there is going to be an energy that feels very betrayed by the information that has been shared about them. And it sounds like, from what I'm tapping into, it seems like, Cappy, you shared it, but you only shared it with one person. It's the one person you shared it with that's sharing it with other people. So they're the ones that are turning this secret, private information into common knowledge. So I see you guys dealing with some drama and pulling back. So that's why I feel like maybe some of you guys are pulling back from social groups. It's something to do with information that has been brought up or it has bubbled to the surface. Some of you guys are realizing, some of you guys are reflecting on somebody's behavior because of a truth that has come up and you're like, that's why they were acting like that. That's why they said that. That's why they were doing that shit. It's starting to make sense is what I'm hearing. The information that is bubbling up is starting to make sense. Things, the whole picture is starting to come, and it's this karma energy, right? Where we're settling into the reality of where we aligned ourselves. Okay. And I just feel like some of the alignment has to do with information that it's the truth, essentially. It's the truth. I don't feel no lies here. I just feel like it was a secret. There is a secret that was not supposed to be shared that was shared, and it's now going to be a shit show because it's going to create a bunch of drama. Everyone's going to go, well, they said it and I don't care. It's like, I'm just seeing all of this. I'm seeing friends break up over this. I'm seeing people go estranged. I'm seeing other arguments start because of this. There's something, I don't know, guys. I don't know. All right, but anyways, let's get into, no cards really fell out in the prayer, so we'll just cut the deck and pull your 9-card spread. I've been doing it like, if they come out, they come out. If not, then we'll do it old school styles, okay? All right, your overall energy, the Tower. This is the revealing of information. And then and then what occurs when these sometimes Tower moments can literally just be caused by the Page of Swords, which is the truth about something slipping out, a piece of information. It's the truth that creates this massive ripple effect. It's a truth that is revealed that changes the course of time, relationship, brings in an inevitability, rips off an illusion, which then everybody's just settled with the reality of something, which then feels like they're rocked with the Tower moment. They're really just being rocked with the reality once the illusion's been taken away. I'm just feeling like some of you guys shared private information about a Tower moment that you went through or are going through and are going to find out that it's not a secret anymore, and that somebody that you were confiding in has shared your business. Now, for some of you, somebody sharing your business is actually the divine. The divine prompted somebody to share your business because really what the divine was prompting somebody to do was share a truth that you weren't ready to share. So it's playing out different ways, because for some of you, it wasn't a truth you were afraid of. It was just something you were not ready to share yet, okay? Or didn't feel comfortable sharing it with certain people that it's now being discussed by. Where for others of you, it was a truth that you were holding within yourself that the divine was trying to get you to not, to release, to be open about. And the friend spilling the beans was actually the divine saying, if they ain't going to speak their truth, you should. And now somebody is going to be forced to live with the reality of something that they were procrastinating. This could be as simple as saying to somebody, I'm not in love with my current partner. And then for that person to just blurt out, so-and-so's not even in love with so-and-so, you know. What? For some of you, oh, wow. Anyway, there's a lot of truths being revealed here. And I honestly believe that it is in the best interest. Obviously, it's the truth. So this revelation and whatever occurs of it, which may bring destruction. And I see that the Tower is going to tear some illusions down. Okay. I also believe that somebody reaches a precipice with regards to their drug addiction. I'm seeing like a possible overdose, which would seem like devil energy, but it's the divine bringing somebody to a rock bottom so that somebody is having an overdose, right? But in the overdose, like, wow, I don't know if you've ever OD'd on something. I know I have, okay? I'm just seeing that there is somebody who is overdosing on something that they're going to come out of. They'll survive the OD. It's just that wherever they went, God showed them the devil. And this person never wants to see the devil and feel the devil that closely ever again. So somebody almost dies due to an overdose of some kind, and it awakens them and it gets them onto a new path. So some of you guys are going to be shocked as to how or why somebody came off of a drug addiction suddenly. Some of you are like, my brother's OD'd a bunch of times. Why would this time be any different? I don't know if what they saw every other time they almost died. But I know that this time, God shows them the devil and says, you want to play this game? This is exactly where you're going to be. Somebody sees the devil's face and runs. So that is a tower moment that is divinely guided, that's coming in as the form of a drug overdose, drug or alcohol overdose. Carrying on. All right, the first card out. Whoa, the 8 of Cups. All right, next card out, the Lord of Swords. That could easily just speak of somebody putting their head and their heart on the same page, Cups and Swords, to make a decision to leave something behind and walk away. All right. But that's still early days. Well, yeah, absolutely. Making a decision to leave something behind and walk away. Because we've got the Lord of Swords and the Lady of Swords right out of the gate with the 8 of Cups. Yeah. I mean, it could be the masculine making a decision to leave the feminine behind because it looks like there's a female flying around in there, but that doesn't even matter, Cappy. It just looks like that there is somebody has put their head and heart on the same page to make a decision to leave something behind. I think somebody also is rocked by the information about their partner that was revealed. Somebody thought they were on the same page with their partner until there's these emotions that are revealed it's information as the form of emotions. So mentally, some of you guys felt like you were on the same page with somebody, but then there's this emotional expression and revelation and realizing that somebody's leaving something behind here, a partner. Somebody is coming to the conclusion that this isn't a viable match, and essentially that I don't know. I feel like somebody is rocked. Yeah, I feel like somebody is rocked by the information that they find out about, that is brought to them or that is revealed to them about their partner. For some of you, you are shocked about what your partner said about you. Like what they shared about you. Some of you are like, how could you tell anybody that? Or how could you say that? Yeah, somebody is, yeah. Let's see though. Wow, 8 of Cups, Lord of Swords. Oh my God, and I started shuffling now. I guess we're going, yeah. When I do that. So we did have the Tower. So this overall is surrounding this. It's coming out as an enlightenment. The truth that brings the illusion crumbling down. Okay. And it's almost like the truth, this is, I don't know. I don't know if the truth is going to change anything. I feel like somebody's caught up. I don't know how else to describe it. I feel like somebody got caught up. Somebody got caught up in something. Somebody got carried away and revealed too much about you. You could have revealed this about your partner. This could be a friend. Some of you got into an argument or a fight with a friend, a family member. I'm more getting a friend and a family member. You got into a fight with them and they, in a response, like they got lost in their emotions, almost like I'll never talk to them again. I don't give a fuck. And then went and like said things that they shouldn't have said, communicated. I don't know. It's almost like you're shocked about some shit. I don't know. All right. Anyways, carrying on. We've got the Chariot under the Eight of Cups. This is definitely moving on from something. This is also stabilizing emotion. So some of you guys, there's somebody here that wasn't emotionally stable enough to move forward into anything because of whatever they were rocked with. And it looks like with the Chariot energy, somebody finally gets their bearings and are able to move forward. For some of you, this is a couple, right? For some of you, you're in partnership and you as a couple got rocked, meaning both of you were impacted by whatever it was that came at you. It's like a wave, right? It could be even this COVID thing, whatever the case is. I'm just gathering that as a couple, some of you guys are balancing out from some inevitable change, some information, something you guys got rocked with. So I see you guys wobbling, but not falling down, essentially. Maybe hitting a bit of stagnation and then moving forward, essentially. But it's going to be moving forward in the reality of a situation, no longer the illusion, because it looks like an illusion around something has been revealed, which is why there's this overpour. Somebody's feeling lost, a bit overthrown by... Some of you are shocked that you're even put in a position to want to walk away from somebody when you really thought you were good with somebody, or that somebody is expressing wanting to leave and move forward away from you. Some of you are shocked about the advice that you're getting from somebody. Not even shocked. Sorry, I'm not even going to say shocked. For some of you, you went through there's been some really painful truths about a relationship that was revealed to you. And the fact of the matter is you're not sharing it with anybody and you're going through it alone because you already know that you're going to hear, I told you so. Some of you were advised to let something go and move forward from something and you didn't listen. That's what this elder is saying. So you're choosing to go through this alone instead of going to your usual support system, because I think some of you know what your usual support system is going to say because they already told you already that this would happen. So for some of you, this is your parents that you are choosing, or your support system, which is for some of you, your parents, to not talk to them about what it is you're going through. So you're bearing a burden alone, because you realized you didn't listen to the advice or the perspective that was offered to you. You didn't listen to your own intuition with the Lord and the Mother of Swords. If you look here, it's all about intuition, right? Claircognizance, voyance, and audience, in my opinion. Okay. All right, let's see where we're going with this, Cappy. Karma, it's all coming around full circle. Some of you guys go through some of the hardest lessons at the end of this karmic cycle. And I believe that it is the inevitability. I'm getting, for some of you, you were avoiding the divine when the divine told you to get out of something. And now you feel like you can't. Some of you were getting downloads from the divine that there is something in front of you, and now there is something that has occurred that made you feel like you can't move forward. Some of you feel stuck in a loop and need to look to the divine and your ancestors on how to get out of it, because they've done it before. That's what they're there to guide you out of these karmic cycles, out of these loops, out of these reoccurring nightmares, out of this pathology that gets you to live out the same infrastructures of sex, love, and relationship that didn't bring the fulfillment and the family structure and legacy that you always were divinely guided to bring in. Some people, I don't know, this is strange. Let's see what else. Better understandings now that I've gone through this. Some of you guys are taking your better understanding and moving forward. You're not allowing whatever karma rocked you, because some of you got rocked with karma, the reality of something, the truth about something that forced you to move forward, even if it was really hard to. I'm just seeing that, I don't know, the dream angel, yeah. I don't know, it's coming in so many different ways. I feel like for some of you, For some of you, someone didn't know what they wanted until they realized they couldn't have it. If that makes any sense. I don't know what that means. Then I'm getting that, long and short, somebody has gained all the information necessary to move forward into what it is that they're asking for. So it looked like there was lessons your ancestors were guiding you through. So it was like you kept asking your ancestors, I want this, and they, because what's in between this, your dream, and you moving forward to them is the wheel, all the lessons required. So some of you didn't realize what it is that, some of you were not aware of what it is that you needed to be successful in whatever it is you were asking for. And I think some of you guys understand that now. With the Lord of Swords and the Lady of Swords, I don't know. There's a lot going on here. I mean, there's the Wheel of Fortune dead smack in the middle. You've got 3 major arcana and a pair with the 8 of Cups. So for those of you wrapping up relationships, it's wrapping up the way of doing relationships, the reoccurring cycle of how they always end up. It is ending that for good. So for those going through breakups, I know it hurts. I know it's hard. Trust and believe, though, you do this for the bloodline. Using you and yours will never have to live out this reoccurring nightmare ever again. Okay? This is what you agreed to come down here and do for your bloodline. And you did it, like you're doing it. Yeah, so for some of you, this is, I'm seeing a breakup. For others of you, for a very small group of you, and it's specifically those who have been broken up for exactly 8 months, because cups are months. So for some of you, you might either come to a full level understanding. For some of you, you broke up with somebody who wasn't available and you're realizing now that they're never going to be available. So you're wrapping up this karmic cycle of waiting for availability instead of seeking it. Okay? Going and making yourself available for those who are available like you instead of trying to convince somebody or wait for somebody to make due on their promise. So yeah, 8 months ago, some of you guys came into separation with somebody. And instead of waiting to come back into union, you're moving forward into your new timeline. For others of you, it's 8 months later that you reconnect with this person and you wrap up the cycle. And it's either, whether it's being with them, whether it's getting the truth, whether it's making, I don't know, if some of you, you come to this 8-month cycle, that bringing an 8-month cycle to an end, either internally with yourself about somebody or directly with that person. Something about 8 months. What's the 8 month? It's fucking odd. Okay, guys, I don't know what it is. I cannot stop downloading August. I'm not born in August. I have no plans for August. Okay, Caravan is canceled. Okay, like I don't understand what August is about. Okay, but the only like numbered card like this that's here is the 8 of Cups, and the 8th month of the year is August. That's Leo season. There's something that's occurring. I don't know. What's 8 months from now? It's the end of the year. Whoa. Okay, I don't know. I'm going through my own shit. Like I'm downloading all kinds of fucking shit. Like there's so much to tell you, Cappies. Like there's so much I need to do a couple of lives where they're just normal downloads, right? You know, just talking about, you guys remember how I used to just, go live and chat with you and pull cards and just talk about the general energies, where these are a little bit more specific about what's going on in people's lives, But yeah, just so much to catch up on. 2 of Swords. Now swords are weeks. I don't know why the timings are coming in so much in this reading. And then the 7 of Swords. Some of you, I'm tapping into some of you guys that feel very angry that a decision was made for you. Some of you feel like the control was taken away from you with regards to a certain situation. So now the choice isn't even yours, because the Two of Swords, take away the Seven of Swords, is the Five of Swords, which is right here. I just feel like, and then we've got the Lord of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Cups. Some of you guys regret something. I don't know. I'm getting regret. And it's needing to look within. Somebody is about to be rocked into their first dark night, I think. I feel like karma is ripping the veils off of people, i.e. they're being forcefully awakened. I mean, I think we were all forcefully awakened, but this seems really abrupt. Like, this seems very abrupt. And I believe the more abrupt the divine and karmic energy brings in these revelations is because it's the bigger the ego that needs to get crushed, right? Because I don't feel like the divine's going to rock people that don't need to be rocked if it's lessons that they need to learn. You get what I mean? Like, some people's egos really required Saturn to rock them with the karma and the reality of certain situations, because their thick heads weren't getting it. Their ego and pride had them believing an illusion, right? Because the devil uses things like ego, low vibrational ego, broken egos, pride, jealousy, envy, these things to control people. And I just genuinely believe that, Cappy, you or somebody you're dealing with was rocked, is rocked by an illusion that has, I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot. Death, the wise fox, and temperance. I'm seeing a breakup occur here, and somebody is completely thrown off guard. I'm tapping into somebody here who is going through a breakup, and they're literally looking at it saying, this is exactly how this played out with my parents. What the fuck? It's pathology, it's karma, it's what we've been trying to talk about this whole time. Because some of you guys swore you wouldn't do it the way it was done to you, or how your parents did it, or you were going to do it differently. And some of you are rocked at how you've positioned yourself to do it exactly the same way. I was tapping into that, like, Saturn energy, because I tapped into Saturn. I talked to the planets and shit like the weirdo I am. And Saturn legit said to me, these people need to stop calling karma a bitch. She nor I like it. Saturn doesn't like us talking about his woman like that. I feel like karma is Isis and Saturn is Ra. It's like that dynamic, the duo. They're polar opposites, but the love and appreciation for each other and how they need each other. It's like that kind of energy. Either way, I just felt Saturn was getting very protective. Some of you are feeling really protective about your partner. Your partner's feeling really protective about you at this time. So I personally think that with regards to, like, the pulling back, for some of you, you're pulling back as a partnership. Or for others of you, you are being advised by your partner. You're feeling like your partner is trying to, like, pull you back. I think it's protective. I am getting protective energy here. I'm also getting a partner holding back information because they did something again. I feel like there is somebody holding the truth from somebody because they've done something again. So if it's cheating energy with the Seven of Swords and the Lord of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Cups, I'm gathering that this energy knows that this person will leave them because they told them, if you did this again, I'm leaving you. And this person did it again. And now they're keeping it a secret and they're burdened with the secret. Karma and Saturn is burdening them with this secret. I feel like this person is being initiated into unconditional love. You could be initiated into unconditional love because you know your partner has some kind of problem, and you know that them disappointing you again is them just disappointing themselves again. But they don't want to give up, and you said you would if they did, and now they did, and you're not sure if you want to give up on this or not. Because I feel like your heart is telling you not to give up on somebody, but your head is telling you to give up on somebody because you told them, if you ever did this, or if you ever did this, I will never be with you, or I'm done with you, or whatever the case is. And that's exactly what happened. Some of you are going to be challenged to forgive somebody that really, really betrayed you. Yeah. Because I see you really indecisive about whether or not you want to wrap up this karmic cycle by forgiving somebody. I see some of you being like, that's between you and God. You don't need no forgiveness from me. Take your ass on. And it's like, God's like, so you're going to pretend like you're not a part of this lesson plan? Some of you are like, I ain't a part of this lesson plan. I'm done with this. And no, Divine's like, no, you're done with it when I say you're done with it. Okay. I've been feeling the divine and the angels getting bossy. It's crunch time, man. They put in so much work to get us to exactly where we are right now. They're not fucking around with us. They're really not. The baby gloves, it's like it's almost like you guys, you're not at no more sippy cup, no more baba, no more boob. It's like you can eat hard food now. It's like, because I always downloaded it like we look like little toddlers to the divine, and now we're getting bigger, and the divine's like, you can be less codependent. You can be more independent. You do know how to do certain things. So the expectations that the divine have for us to hear, understand, listen, and implement what they're saying are higher now. Right? So it's just like, I don't know. The 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. The big leagues. I heard the big leagues. I also see with the Chariot here, your ancestors. I love how this card depicts, like, I believe that's how it works. I believe we push our ancestors forward. That's your ancestors, the generations before us telling us, let me guide you. Even though we push them, they're guiding us. And if you notice, our ancestors don't bring us anywhere that they aren't willing to go. So there's this sense when you are following your divine path and you're listening to your ancestors, there's this sense of reassurance, fearlessness, confidence. Why? Because you have them in front of you. That's why. Okay. That's a whole energy in front of her. So it doesn't even really matter. She knows that, ancestors know where we're going, just follow. And for a lot of you, where are they taking you? They're taking you to their office where they're going to cut you a check and say, all of that alignment that you did, we can finally pass down this abundance that we haven't been able to pass down for 300, 500 years due to internal and external issues in the bloodline. Okay. So it looks like you guys are about to be led to your ancestral inheritance somehow. You're being led forward where you're supposed to be. Some of you guys are coming full circle. Some of you guys are emotional because you guys are now building a legacy and a family. It's like carrying the torch. I heard carrying the torch, passing the baton. Some of you guys are receiving the baton. Some of you guys are stepping into a matriarch position within your family somehow. Some of you guys are going to, some of you, this whole COVID situation was a miracle because it got you to be able to make yourself available to take some care of somebody. It was always destined and fated. They also manifested this. God heard all of our prayers. Can't you tell? You guys can't tell yet? God didn't show you within a month or two that he runs things? All the governments, all the celebrities, all the people that we idolized all crumbled and burned, and what was left there, the divine beauty of God, reassuring us of life to come, the new world, the revolution of human beings that our ancestors have been preparing us for. I don't know now. Now I'm like, I missed you guys. I forgot what it's like hearing you guys all talk to me like this. I'm going to go live maybe right after I post all of them and then go mid-month or some shit. I just miss you. I want to interact. Like, I feel I'm back. Like, I'm a Cancer. Once I'm in my shell, I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer sun. I'm a Virgo ascendant. I'm an Aries moon. So like when I go into hermit mode, when I go into my shell, like it's not a game. I'm really in there. But then when I come out, I'm like, hey, what's going on? People are like, where the fuck have you been? Like, somebody is asking you that. Where the fuck have you been? And you're lying. You're making some excuses. You were coming out of some serious heartbreak. Some of you guys don't want to talk about it. I hear you saying, I don't want to talk about it. Somebody's asking you, where have you been? What's going on with you? And you're like, I don't want to talk about it. Some of you just want to get out of the energies that you were in and explore new energies. And you're using some of your friends to help you do that. And they will be able to help you do that as long as they don't ask you about some shit that you aren't trying to talk about, it looks like. All right, but let's see what else we have here. The Death card. And the Lovers. And the Five of Pentacles. Whoop, and the Spirit of Cups. For some of you, this information coming up is that some of you didn't know your partner, or for some of you, you shared with a friend that you are not happy in a relationship. Some of you were speaking to somebody about, like for some of you, you're in a group and they know you and your partner a little bit on the ritz. Like some of you, you know that it's just a matter of leaving your partner, right? But some of you started entertaining another connection, and your friend actually shares this. It makes its way back to your partner. So it seems like to me, you and your partner are on the same page with regards to you guys not being in a good place, but I don't think you are on the same page about exploring other connections. So it looks like somebody is really upset about that and is seeing it as a betrayal, and essentially this is what's going to wrap up this cycle, like actually finally bring it to a close. Because it looks like there were some people here procrastinating. They were sitting in a state of comfort, but there was an incompatibility here. I don't know. There's some information that gets revealed that brings the inevitable end to in a relationship, to a social group, to a friendship of some kind. I don't know. But let's see with the Lenormand. We'll wrap up and see what we get from the Lenormand. Guys, I encourage you guys you guys know me. I'm not an astrologer. I mark and title these readings with the horoscopes for you. Really and truly, like even how I do on the Patreon, it's all just based on the title. If the title resonates, it'll probably have something for you. So I just suggest that, especially with these readings, me coming back and trying to get in the swing of things, these are downloads that you guys like. I don't know. I'm just saying, on this channel here, if the title resonates, there's probably some messages for you, okay? Anyways, thank you, Father God. Let's get some I heard a lucky break. Some of you are struggling to forgive somebody again. I keep getting that. The Knight of Wands. It's the somebody, I'm tapping into an energy of somebody who is very stable. So they'll take care, they'll provide, but they have some serious inconsistencies or deviancies, sexual deviancies, or it's like their shadow. Because of the kind of stability that this person provides, it almost overcompensates for how bad their shadow is. So for some of you, this is breaking free out of a codependency, but it's like, this is spiritual, this is karmic, this is kind of deep. I don't know. This is somebody who will shower you with so much love, abundance, get you so comfortable with their energy and what they provide to you that you will overlook whatever this is. This is something they're good at doing. So when they establish relationships off of hop, they do grandiose things. It's the King of Pentacles. And this is the kind of card of wealth, abundance, and fertility. So this energy will get people roped in, committed, understanding. It's almost like, well, it doesn't even, if I give them all of this, it won't even matter what this is because they're already going to be codependent and reliant on what I offer and provide to them. It won't matter. So this person will get less shameful of their shadow side, be more open to revealing it, the more codependent and embedded somebody becomes to them. So some of you guys, the harsh reality is of somebody's shadow, somebody that it looks like a caregiver, provider, something like that. So essentially somebody is going out in the cold because they are abandoning this energy. They themselves are leaving this oppressive energy. Yeah, it's the Queen of Swords. Yeah, she'll look at the King of Swords and be like, excuse me, sir. What you say? You better put that you better tuck it in. That shadow, you better tuck it in. What movie was that for? Tuck it in, man. It was his thing. He's like, tuck it in. What movie? What show? What movie? I don't know. I don't remember. I'm so bad at that shit. Names, titles. I'm horrible. Faces, voices, certain things like that I'll never forget. Smells, like the Six of Swords and the sudden ending. That's what I'm saying. There is some kind of information that comes up that brings an inevitable ending. It's a truth that gets revealed that forces somebody to move into their new timeline. It was like somebody wanted to live more authentically and honestly, but there was a certain truth that they weren't cool with living out or felt afraid to bring into the Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, King of Swords energy, like full frontal. And then it gets exposed by the divine, causing a tower moment. But the gold lining is that there is no going back now. Your authenticity there is a truth that is being forcefully revealed that is going to bring in an inevitable. And I feel like there is information that these two talked about that was supposed to stay between them and didn't stay between them. And now shit's hitting the fan. Yeah, future obstacles. Then we've got the two, somebody feels like they can't trust them anymore. Because I caught this in reverse. That's how it kind of popped out to me. I like to look at them upright because I can already be negative and pessimistic. I don't need reversals. I can be the reversal, okay? All right. So yeah. All right. I think that's your spread, guys. I think I'm going to call it. I don't know. I feel like I could read this forever. There's so much going on. Like this Capricorn energy, Capricorn readings can be a bit dramaful. Like meaning like just shit playing out in your 3D in real fucking time. Like it's actual like drama. Your phone going off, like just constant communications, gossiping. I'm getting that gossiping energy too. Like, I don't know, man. I just feel like something comes out. I don't know. I feel the energy of somebody being like, fuck, I shouldn't have shared this with this person. I feel like somebody being like, fuck, I shouldn't have shared this with this person. Like, I don't know. Yeah. News. Somebody is heartbroken about the news that was shared. Look, that's the Seven of Swords with the note. Heartbreak. The Rider, that's information. It's not good. For some of you, something got back to an employer. I don't know what could possibly in your personal life get back to your employer. For some of you, because I was tapping into that, for some of you that had romance relationships, things reach a precipice within the workplace. Like, I don't know what you guys thought this was. Like, I don't know. I feel like an employer is telling you that. For some of you, you're being told that it's weird because some of you, your employer is coming to you telling you that your job is no longer available. They're getting rid of it. So technically at first glance, you're fired, but then they're offering you another opportunity somewhere else that might require relocation. And I don't know if you'll be open to that. Either way, guys, that is your May spread. I love you, my beautiful Cappies. Please like, share, subscribe. And for anything, personal readings, Patreon, see below. And until the next time I see you, please continue to let your inner angels live. Mwah. Ciao.